dig into the kid's brain.
Yeah.
What?
Will.
And Larry, how did he
Will.
just go to freaking Singapore?
This is all on camera.
That's alright.
Wait,
Show him.
Which
Oh.
one is that?
The one who did the corn thing at the first. He did that, or he did that. He went through the theater. The second one.
He's so smart.
He's so like
He's so
intellectual.
yeah, he's so interesting.
All right,
I think
let's
he's crazy.
let's talk about cigarettes. What do you guys think about smokers, like people who smoke cigarettes? And then, are you a smoker, not smoker?
They're gonna get cancer and die.
I think that
Simple
they're
as that.
selfish. I think that they're, well, my dad was a smoker. He started smoking when he was 11 years old, and he had to quit like 3 years ago because he had a heart attack from it at 45. So, and I hated it. Like when I was a kid, I never let him smoke when I was around him. Like I made him quit, and I think I didn't make him quit. I made him like not smoke by me. I think it's like selfish, because like I think I know it's horrible.
No,
That's
but
what most
like
people
you're
do.
like
disagree.
polluting the earth for other people, you know.
I mean, what I don't get about smoking, I've tried a cigarette or two or some in my life, you know, like when I was in high school, like I never understood why people would smoke, so I didn't
So
find like I'll
cool.
try it. And I would try it and I was like, how the hell does somebody like this makes me cough, it tastes like shit, and like it's bad for you. It doesn't do anything for me. I'd rather just
You look.
like
You
what is
look
this?
cool.
How do you look cool? Like
It's
it's
not
disgusting.
cool.
I kissed someone who like smoked and they tasted like shit again. I just don't get it. Continue.
Yeah.
So you're
Next
all
question.
non-smokers?
It's a terrible
Correct.
habit.
Yeah.
I smoke
All right.
every day.
Do you really?
No.
Oh.
No. My mom would kill me because she smoked for the majority of her life, and she lost one of her best friends to some form of cancer because of smoking.
Oh god.
And so that.
How have they not like proven that yet? You know, it doesn't get it.
Also,
Doesn't make sense.
also with the selfish thing, I would always blame my dad for, because me and my brother has really bad asthma, and we would always be sick. Like when we were children, we were like sick a lot, like with like colds and stuff, and I always blamed it on him. And I found out that it is more likely to get asthma as a kid if one of your parents smokes. So
I bet.
selfish. And also I think my brother's really selfish because as soon as my dad had to quit because he had a heart attack, my brother picked it up the same month.
Oh no.
And he's been smoking ever since, and he lives at my house.
And he has asthma.
I know, so I'm just like your
You
kid.
can go.
Go ahead. You should burn him with a cigarette to teach
I
him a
know.
lesson.
Alright.
I yell at him
Next
often.
question, right?
What percentage of people do you think smoke?
It's lower now in America. I feel like
I
than
feel like it's like
ever
10%.
been.
10%.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, something wrong.
I think it's higher abroad.
Yeah, in different countries.
Okay. And then why do you think people smoke, or if they started, or why do you think people smoke, why they started, or keep doing it?
'Cause it's
I know.
cool.
I think they start because their friends are like, "Hey, try this." Like I really do think, or they hear it's like not cool necessarily.
I don't know.
I think they start. I really do think you start like as a social thing,
Yeah.
and then it moves on to like a habitual thing.
My friend had a crush on this guy who smoked, and she started smoking, which was like the most pathetic thing ever. And I feel like a lot of girls do it to lose weight because it like speeds
Yeah,
up your
I heard that
metabolism
too.
and like, so I don't know.
Lazy.
Or people who are stressed
go
and they're like,
run.
Yeah.
I heard that it makes you less stressed. So
I always thought those like things back in the day when you were a little kid, like if a bigger kid tries and offers you a cigarette, just say no. You know, like when you
You're
ever
like,
see
"Duh."
like this like 20-year-old kid smoking, like, hey kid, have a cigarette. You know, like this 5-year-old kid, like he wouldn't just give up his cigarettes like that. He loves his cigarettes. He's
Yeah.
not gonna give him some random.
Yeah, like
5-year-old.
when you're younger, they don't teach you that kind of stuff. They don't teach you like, they tell you like peer pressure and they tell you this stuff, but like you don't really see it like that. They don't
yeah,
really
they
teach
teach
it
you the wrong way.
Yeah, like when people come to, hey dude, try a cigarette. It's not gonna be like that. Nobody's gonna be like, take all my cigarettes that I just paid for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like,
Exactly.
you're the only one not smoking and everyone else is.
Alright, that was really good. How hard do you think quitting an addiction is, or have you experienced it?
I like Mitch Hedberg's joke where he's talking about
I
how
love Mitch Hedberg.
he says like quitting smoking is like trying to start flossing, and I've tried to start flossing. It's tough.
I did it.
I started
I
flossing.
did it.
It's
Yeah.
tough. Yeah, well, you can't tell me it wasn't hard.
Well, if you know that it makes your life longer significantly, you would do it, and it makes your teeth whiter.
Flossing makes your
Flossing,
life.
it helps. It's good for your heart because bacteria gets into your teeth.
And if it stays there, you keep like
It
swallowing
goes into your
this and
bloodstream.
That's
Flossing is the
disgusting.
opposite of smoking.
Flossing will make it's like for your heart.
I figured it
Proven.
out.
Flossing's so good for you. I floss every single day. I am also like a teeth fanatic, but whatever.
So, how hard do you think quitting an addiction is?
Wait,
I think it'd be. I think it'd be really hard. I'm addicted to food. I think.
I think everyone. Have you ever tried quitting
I've never
that?
been addicted to
I
anything.
know.
Food, you know?
I mean, like I eat when I'm stressed.
Eat when you're bored. Eat
Like
when
even
you're
when I'm stressed,
yeah.
even food's in front of me. I'm like, oh, it's in front of me. I'll eat it.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
can't get rid of that. It's like a mental thing.
My dad, he had like really bad heart problems. His triglycerides are super high, whatever. So my dad decided to go on this diet where all he eats is oatmeal in the morning, and then super salad for lunch, and then super salad for dinner, and then an apple for bed. That's all he eats. I am not disciplined. I'm not addicted to anything, but I don't think I'd have the discipline
Yeah, I don't
if I
have-
was addicted to something to quit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There you go.
It must be really challenging. You are an inspiration.
Yeah, impressive.
Have you ever dealt with addiction? I think we just went over that. What is addiction in your own words?
It's just a compulsion. You need to do something, and if you don't do it, then you feel anxious or some sort of just aversion that you need to get rid of by doing that compulsion.
Yeah.
Agreed. That's perfect.
I think it's also just very mental. Like I know that smoking has the nicotine which gets you addicted to it, but I feel like a lot of it's very mental. Like if people hadn't really said that nicotine's addicting, you know, maybe people feel like, oh shit, now I'm addicted. You know, I feel like that's a lot of it. And I don't know. Definitely there's physical aspects of it, but I feel like it's very like, you know that you're addicted to something, you know you need it, you know you need this caffeine, you know you need this nicotine.
Yeah, and I think it also has to do with like getting the habit of it too. It becomes a big habit. Like my dad said when he quit, he had like certain smoke breaks he'd always take at work, and so like those times he like would really freak out because he didn't know what to do during those times. Because he's like, I know I should be outside smoking, but I really shouldn't be, and like especially if it becomes like into your schedule,
Yeah.
it definitely is hard to
What
quit.
did you do to quit?
I started quitting from last November, and like I tried to do a cold turkey every time, and like I did like cinnamon sticks. I bought tons of gum. Actually, we're done here. But I bought tons of gum. I would buy